Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I have to welcome you to my humble abode. My name is Martin, the campaign manager for Ohene. Before I tell you why I called you this afternoon, let me take this opportunity to congratulate Honorable Ohene for a good show, being number 2 in the just passed super delegate election. I am saying this because in most of the polls, sometimes we will list number 1, second list, and they try not to even mention Honorable Ohene as if he was not in the race. So it has come as a surprise to many because of the good showing and the position that he has made. And I have to congratulate him. And all the campaign team members and our representatives everywhere for the hard work and the good job that you have done to put him in the position that we wanted today. I also have to take this opportunity to thank all our supporters, the delegates, who actually had the courage, notwithstanding the intimidations that they went through before and during the voting. Honorable Ohene, we are proud of you. We believe that you are going to make us proud. The campaign team is ready to go. And we believe within the next 3 or 4 days, we will start our next campaign schedule. We can assure you, we are not in this race to negotiate. We are not in this race to campaign for somebody. Honorable Ohene is going all the way. His ascendance to the second position is understandable, because we know that for whatever reason, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is perceived as the establishment candidate. And therefore, given the number of government appointees and the ministers of state, it was even said by themselves that they were going to get 80% and 75%. So being able to push him to the 60s, I think it's an achievement, and I have to salute him. I have to go on to tell you why we are here this afternoon. There has been the social media of a meeting, of an interview that was granted by Monitoring, in which the chairman of the Shanti region of the New Patriotic Party, my beloved party, was interviewed, and he claims that it is Kwame Yusu, the campaign manager, who actually misinformed Honorable Ohene of the events that were happening in Northeast region, the regions of the Vice President. I want to put this straight, that Shaman to me lied. And why? Because Honorable Ohene's message was captured in the morning before the noon. And the call was placed to him according to phone records by 10:39 And from the record that I went through, he and the lady spoke for 2.5 minutes. Chairman Wontumi came to where I was an agent, because I was an agent at Ashanti region, the law faculty. He came in there 12 o'clock. So how could he have heard that I was the one who was reporting the matter to Honorable Ohene, when even the incident was out before he even came to the premises for the voting. So it is quite untrue. The records are there. So he's then telling people I'm the one who misinformed, and even the person wasn't an agent, and I'm there to cause trouble, and if something had happened, I was the person who actually did that. Chairman Wontumi, I don't know. I was on a phone with our agent who was there, his name is Ganiyu, telling him not to sign the pink sheet when all is done, on the basis that the election was supposed to be held outdoor. It was held indoor. And so the happenings could not be reported. Nobody was supposed to vote and raise the voting paper, and they were taking place. And we also had a report from Our Lady that when he challenged that, he went out and being interviewed by TV3, he was also being chased out. So he had to run away from the place. Given all those, I concluded that we will not sign the pink sheet. And that is what I was talking to my agent about. Subsequently, I spoke on the same subject to the secretary to the election committee of the NPP, and also joined on the line with the Electoral Commission, I think Deputy Electoral Commission, and I vented the same situation that we're not going to sign, given the malpractices, what is happening. That is what took place. I don't know how Chairman Wontumi can recall and come out with a statement to tell people that I actually made the report and incited. I don't know. Maybe the language I was speaking, he was not privy or could not understand it, which I can understand. Because maybe I should have spoken Chi, and I don't do that most of the time. So this is a misreporting and misinformation, and I've called you today to clarify such information. Just on record, and I want this to be put on record, that the message, and you all can look at your phones, came out in the public when Honorable Ken was addressing the issue, and he, Chairman Wontumi, with all witnesses, came into the center at 12 o'clock. By that alone, I couldn't have been the person who fed Honorable Ken with that information. And that is what the major thing why I called you here to tell you. I have also assembled some people, few people here, to let them tell their own story, especially the lady who was chased out, Hajia Humud. He happens to be our agent. I mean, some people say he wasn't the agent. I even had the picture here, which I will show you as an agent, so that there's no dispute about that. Can I have the picture, please? I have to go through here. So today, you have the opportunity to interview the lady and ask questions so that it doesn't become that Mr. Owusu. This is the lady that we are talking about with the badge. So I expect you guys to ask, and I've also brought in another person who was also an agent in the Northeast, in Bono East, who was also beaten and who also tell his story. And I also have the agent who I spoke to not to sign. By him being refused to sign, they had to chase him, and he had to stay in Tamale because they went to block the road to his hometown, so his motorbike couldn't pass. So he was kept in the hotel in Tamale. He's also here to tell you about his ordeal. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to my humble abode. Thank you very much. Mr. that more practices were taking place. So I'd like you to have the opportunity to hear or to listen, to take it from the lion's own mouth, to hear from her what actually happened. And so the floor is open for Hajia to tell the story. Hajia, could you tell the people what happened?
Yo. Good afternoon to you all. Please, my name is Humudili Said, but popularly known as Hajia Ken. And this is my accreditation card for me to be an agent for Honorable Ken in the Northeast region. When you remember, send a campaign manager Kakum, I may call Northeast region, Echo representing Honorable Ken for the super delegate election. But answer my orientation through the campaign manager say, Yamiya don't say your court grounds honoma. One, any quite say, Abana Yabetono, enclosed place. Two, no party official, Anna MP or minister will be a polling agent or Yabehuno inside. Some reforms went now by a tama. Now the 9 aspirants, Echo Prese Abano, Kayantuno one placer. The election committee can say there be Yabetu ever different regions. And Tianopa Yako drew grounds. Yako drew grounds by 9:30. He said, under normal circumstances, there, who's the elections biano, I am a briefing. The EC with the security personnel, Sabaya, Yebehu Yamoni Amaya, the rules and regulations guiding that voting that very day. But I saw that day, BBC NC, and to me call me a remono, and I may call EC official level. But then, no, now my colleague was seated there. And I'm going to introduce you to Panacho. Me, a Honorable Kennedy, the agent. No, oh, we call it the crowd. I'm saying, ye too. Me de me who ba bechira, sebeya. Say, oh, sorry if you wanna me ba. Mama may any long introduction. No, see you. And I was na me shut room ni mo atmosphere na never hon. Na enye. Enye no any near him. One, election na was say ye to abanu plain area. And I said, any question enclosed. But baby, I near to Abano, the dining hall of Naleregu Senior High School. Two, not encrophos no omuwa hall honomono. Na omudo so crache 28 delegates na was a omoto Abano. And even the regional organizer and the Tescon guys also stand by hall honor. And to me supervisor way now, me survey way now who ye na. And 2 policemen, no muchem, and I'm bisa back say, Master me pacho. Why na the regional commander? Nyamia one child is saying on the regional commander no, and then I'm not trying me say, Onunie. Me share the tag no, Nanny Dean was so shy. I'm so, oh, Master shy, me pacho. And Crawford mote hanum ni nano. Per the rules and regulations, and I say orientation na yedema no. Any quite say, Omuwaha. Then the police commander, I catch him say, oh, Hajia. Omo muti he na ya muamu party for party patrons, party financiers, anetia. I'm say there be ya nyesa na kasa ni ye mu no. Baby anasa nkrofo ne tene baby a delegates no etino. It's about 3 to 4 steps away from them. And in between the delegates no so no. Ena nkrofo bi so omu nya delegates ya mo special electoral tag bi ena da omu kom no motete in between the delegates. And to me police officer na kasano, one of them ebae. And obisa am say, oh, na Hajia sesen. And I'm say there be me abema. Ade e koso ha enye. Yenya na ebe ya ade. Enipa 28. Ya yesen. Enti ya na hyemra. Enti mum yendi mra no so. Na yenya ade peaceful. Na yenko no say, oh, Hajia. Say we yenya ya party fo a omo etie. I'm say there be yenya sa. Then voting started. The voting started na electoral commission say 3-3. And why you 3-3 no see there be 4-4. And 4-4 hono. And youth organizer no Ekuonaba and no raise ye. So reason the tension in the room no was so hot, say, because my elections and I knew what elections entails. Now, boot no so I to about woman no. Hall no, it's about 4 blocks. And then there's also a mosquito net. And the boot no so face ya bontain. And professor Gina bontain. No. And to baby, I will bet to a bar cobiano. Ye be who say what bano udiko A and answer udiko B. The tension inside no was too much. Na me remu first no, me pie eco survey area ho. And na me sa bemu. And to me bemu na me be pie no. And no say me fa exit points no. But this time round no, exit points na me be femu pie no. Me tree door na emma. Me tree door na and policemen two gina bontain. And to me try no catch am say, ya lucky ewo e form. Ya wana me say no. Ade no enye ye adwenbone abankrofo tirim wa ha. Enti me bie ye pe na me pia bontain. Ti me pia bontain am start say me raising alarm because say me raising alarm no insider. It could be anything. Yes, because my life will be in danger. Ti me pia na me raising alarm. Then the TV3 media man now hono or try say or be granting interview. One guy was like, "You're 30." I'm saying the electoral college is not 30, it's 28. And one no must start to say, "Or more bameso. Where winning baby no. Who are you?" I'm saying, who am I saying? But not omudoso. They push me, I fell. So I started running. So your security, your personal security that you do omukoyen. Now my man sign say, on kind of one motorbike no. Emra. Then I jumped onto the motorbike straight to my hotel room. But God being so good no. Baby na me da no. Obi anim me hotel cra na me da. Enti ho ana me lock me ho. Me try na me check it out. Enti me frɛ campaign manager. That's why me try say me nsa ebeka honorable Ken me frɛ na me nsa me saka. Ti omumi enu na. Ti me honorable campaign manager e frɛ me na me kan asem say asem wei na ekoso. Na or joining me no say no. Or joining me IGP and the police commander then my 17 year nipa 4. And the police IGP bisa police commander and say, "What is going on in your region?" Na papa na say my master Shaibu asem na no oka no. And what was happening in there no was wrong. It wasn't tally. He wasn't giving the right information to IGP. And then I'm saying, "No, that's not true. That's not true. That's not true." 3 times. Then IGP said, "Shut up, shut up, shut up." 3 times. Uncle Kwame, get that girl off the line. Get that girl off the line. Get that girl off the line. Now me campaign manager catch him say, "Me drop her from the line." Now me drop her here. 10 to 15 minutes time, campaign manager frame me back say, "IGP says me go run, spreading false information. Obama action me." I say, "Wow, where did I go wrong here?" Then quickly, me friend say, "Omum peka e won na very good town." And my by then so no my me check in pack me near my way. No lock me home. No mo fa car ne say na me tina motor so say omum fa car no embra ti me yi me care pressure me I disguise myself na me share abaya say near the bo empire no say omum fa motor no emra car no mra me ti motor so enti baby a medru no then I will jump into the car. Then they met me on the road. Now me jump into the car. Whilst I was going because me nya direct car from Nalerigu to Tamale. Enti minya from Nalerigu to Wale. Now me friend Tamale say they should do arrangements so maka every boliga emra Wale and pick me. Na nyame on charge so me drew Wale so na car ne kra aspake ejda ho a e twen me. Na ko say me de Africa world flight and never hour. Yes Sunday 1:30. But because of what happened in Tino, I was running for my life. And today was said me changing my flight. Omuye new reservation. I was Passion Air with the last flight 5:30, and I'm the Bedru Accra Saturday. So that was the picture of Northeast. Thank you.
Thank you. So on this note, there's another gentleman who's going to
let me take the opportunity to clarify something with regard to. Let me take the opportunity to clarify the issue of the police, the IGP. I think from the IG standpoint, So Kachi, I say about IGP Abaso.
Yeah.
Because he was very helpful. At any point in time that you make a call and something is happening, unhide it quickly, or call whatever commander is there and get the information. So I think it's he was very, very helpful for this, very, extremely helpful. You just get something wrong, he will put people online and say, what is happening there? In the case of Hajia, I don't want it to be misconstrued as if Haji was biased in any way. He wasn't there. So if the person said that there's an agent, and I made a statement that we are fully represented, there's an agent. His name is Ganiu, the one who I told him not to sign. So the idea that IG was telling Madam or Hajia not to go around saying because of what report that he had. But I can assure you, for every minute, he was so strict, he was so helpful, he made sure that everybody was treated fairly. So I just want to clarify that information that was given out so that it's not perceived as if somebody is on the side of anybody. He gave us every assistance at every point. So if no question, I'll have to release Hajia for the other person.
After the forum.
Should he?
The voting process has begun. Is that when the people were lining up to vote, they were all showing their votes to the next person following them. After showing, because it was like 1, 2, 3, 4, the fourth person that the confusion came on the side of the regional youth organizer. When it happened, then we all said, because what has happened, we have been told that we should not sign by my superior, that is my national campaign manager, Mr. Owusu. So there, the regional chairman said, they are going to give us some amount of money, 2,000. Then we said, no, we are not there for any money. He insisted that he will increase the amount by 1,000. Then we said, no, we are not going to go by any amount. Whatever amount you are giving, you are going to give it to us. We are not ready for it. Then after we told him we are leaving, myself and Honorable Alan's agent and that of Kojo Poku agent, we said we are leaving. Then he ran and locked the door. That is the dining hall, asking us we should better go and sign. If we don't sign, we are not leaving the hall. Then I asked, Chairman, we are not going to sign because we are under supervision and we report to people. If they have not given us the order, we cannot sign. That if we don't sign, they will beat us. Then I told the chairman, unless they kill us. If they kill us, fine. But if they don't kill us, we are not ready to sign. So we were there. Then after those interactions, he didn't know. He also told us if we happen to move out, he will allow boys to attack us. Then said he should allow us to go so that the boys will attack us on the way. So upon hearing from the reportage that Honorable Kennedy has quickly responded to what has transpired, then they begin to lose down the strategies and the pressure that they were mounting on us. So there, they could now all started moving. They all started moving out. Then that is where we also had our way to move out. Else, in fact, it would have been a different thing altogether. So that is what happens after the voting process. Thank you very much.
To tell. Thank you.
Good afternoon to you all. My name is Charles Addo, the Bono East Regional Youth Organizer, and also campaign team member for Honorable Kennedy Ohene, Agyapong. What happened on Saturday? Forgive me now. Last Saturday was you were accredited agents on our grounds. Now I was at hotel BMA operations. Then he called me and said 2 of our regional officers about agent for a table no say chairs no say they are also an agent for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. So omuni momo so mo catch up say no. They have 2 accredited agents represent Honorable the Vice President, so they won't allow them to be an agent. And also the rules of the game, they say any delegate cannot be an agent for any of the aspirants. So they reported the case to the police. Police, answered them more attention. So they called me. When you are to enter the center, there were 3 different police checks points and a honor. Then me now they were resisting me. Say then I told them say me delegates and I want to make a complaint. Then we do last checkpoint na divisional police commander and Ohene men no ewo honomo. Then na one EC official no so ewo gate ano. I told them say there were 2 regional officers here. Almost say they represent the Vice President of the Republic. Then the game, the rules of the game is also clear and say then police commander and say yes and okay. And to only issue official no every inside. Then he called the organizer, that's the regional organizer, Musa Suleimana. Omo frɛ omo ono and Oba Bontin. Oba Bontin omo explain children no oti ase. Then na aka deputy secretary no. That's Limam Seidu. Ono so ewo inside na or resisted on your den ompie. The police for no effort so no na omo den ba outside the entrance. And to be true, no only police for no exchange, who is the complainant to the issue? A petty for no to Yaba. They have to, they are regional officers, and they have to be there to help the process. It was around 8:30 thereabouts. No, it started into Abano. See, one of the police officers appointed and said, your colleague regional youth organizer na your complainant. Your kind of no cry and you no cry. The next thing I ubisa I say, do I know say organizer more ye na piano. Per the party structures and he's my boss. Then I told him say, we are not here to do boss works. We are here to monitor the system, the system say PPR. The next thing I mean say in front of the police, no matter so they were 2. So okay video na execute na my green credit in honor me your call to me who no more bob say okay me phone ya na 40,000 me bottom am almost sign say scan efi me bottom ti me ye compare me free on man na me kotena car mu. I called the regional chairman and make the complaint to him. The day before Saturday, that was Friday, chairman so my say na your executive meeting before after complaining, I went back to exercise now So within 10 minutes, from Hotel the Jojo to my chairman fee so very short. To me try say me call no na makwa kuti meeting ne de omo ye den omo work. You do chairman hall. Na me first vice chairman e wo ho. The second vice chairman e wo ho no mo. Me regional secretary e wo ho no mo. Me deputy woman organizer e wo ho no. Woman organizer e wo ho no. Deputy organizer e wo ho no mo. Second vice research and elections e wo ho no mo. Financial secretary was there. Then and only founding member region, you know, he was there too. So me started na say, oh, yati assembly radio is so unfortunate. We were talking of the issue. Then what happened was the few minutes, right after 30 minutes, then they move ya say nipa minu gina machi baako gina manimu omo bo me left and right na me te ho no mo enti me woman organizer oti right after me, you know, or sorry have a pattern to come pim no hwe o me no ka say insemabu a oji treatment e wo teach mine. Then me driver and so now wo abontin compound no mu ti omo rush ye no mo frɛ no na other regional officers ne ba ye no be ye den on be pata be fa me free ho nti MC a wo teach mine ono an pija me free from a omo so me mu omo de me kotena we come a ye free ho ye call police station ko ye official complainer me free ho no ma me call hospital no mo transfer me free teach mine de me ba Kumasi a ene ha ene ye we nti se media bisan ya kakra ye wo eka efa ho no.
Yeah, so take us to simple.
And I placed a call to him. He responded. He got his commanders to quickly rescue this individual. And he was so helpful. Call for the arrest of the people or the perpetrators or whoever has done something wrong to him. So on this note, I want to take the opportunity to thank the IGP for the job well done. Thank you. Now your questions.
My question particularly is directed towards Mr. Wusu.
Oh, me?
Yes. Now, in a 30 seconds video that went viral, where Honorable Agyapong purported to have said he is going to give the president and vice president showdown. The first question is that there are those who are saying that he was directly speaking to the vice president when he made his comment. You've indicated that you've reviewed his call-up and in answering to the question whether you were the one who gave him the information. Are you privy to if at the time he said he was going to do the showdown, he was speaking to the vice president or the president or a different person? And then the second question is, we've seen a communique from the party headquarters that is going to be subjected to a disciplinary process for that particular outburst and some actions undertaken by him. Has he been officially notified of this query to be made by the party, and what has been his reaction to it?
Okay, so we'll take the second question after which
I think I don't want to pile it up. Let us answer, if you would mind. With regard to whether or not the confrontation was directed towards the vice president, or are you concerned about the meaning as to confrontation? Because I think the showdown is basically a decisive point of either a confrontation or a contest. In that regard, if it's addressed to the Vice President, it's only then meant that come November, no matter what happens in this time, he's going to be a victor. And so that is a showdown, right? It's a decisive confrontation or a contest. So if that was directed in that regard, it only meant that come November, no matter how much frustration that is going on and all the things that is going on in that particular part, which is at the backyard, the region of the Vice President, is going to be victorious in come November. I think that is how the showdown meant. It's not a threat. It's nothing for us to be worried about. It's just a simple language, probably expressed in a different form. Now let me take on the question as to the disciplinary question. We have got the notice, but a disciplinary committee, they don't call you because they are going to sanction you or punish you. He is not the only person. There have been 3 people or 4, I believe, and it is a place that you take your protests, your complaints, and they can also look at it from a different angle. So you are invited to come to tell your story as to what actually happened. So I believe it is nothing for us to be worried about. It's just a normal process. When you use the word disciplinary committee, it gives you impression as if somebody, but people, it's a place that you go there and make a protest and also tell the story of things that you think it is not right with regard to this election. So we have been and will be there to have a chat with them. Thank you. As a showdown response, I grow any from Emreni Dura and Ubehum said Ubewine and I said Meso Mawine, and that is what the reference it meant. Say, yeah, the Moye Biano, Umaya Hena about November, Ubehum said, men may flag bearer, and I said, Dr. Baumia will be the flag bearer, and that is what that means. And the showdown, I see, and I said, Yen chain, no form of for my Jumano. No one down who said, they will take an armor. So, okay.
Good afternoon. My name is Ekuonaba from Kesman TV. I've been manager, listening to the narration of Hajia and making comparison to the video that went viral, the video of your own candidate. I want the team to confirm as to whether or not Hajia was actually sacked from the voting center. Because the impression I get is that looking at the atmosphere and observing whatever that was happening at the moment, she decided to exit the hall and then place a call to you and then speak to you as well. But what we saw on the video, the Honorable Kennedy was making a strong allegation that his agent has been sacked from the voting center. Again, I get the impression from the local coordinator that he even stayed through till the end of the process, but at the end, he did not sign based on the order you gave him. Now, the clarification has to come clearly as to whether or not they prevented Hajia as well from observing the process, so that we get to really understand how the allegation can be situated.
Okay. Well, let me answer by saying that if nothing happened to Ganiyu, it is because of the help of IG. The IG quickly called the commander and told him that there has to be peace, order must be maintained, everything should be right. So at that time, he has to have the confidence to be there. And the message was very clear. And he was also put on the line. It's not that only me and IG. So his confidence level went up and he was able to stay true. Now, I don't know the connection between what Hajia told Honorable Ken and his reaction and what Hajia is saying now. So I will allow you, as he says, I wanted to ask her, but as to what the information that Honorable Ken received was the fact that he has been sacked. And I was also told, and again, he just had to run for her life. So that gave that reaction. Now, as to whether that is true or not, Hajia will be the best person to answer. Hajia.
But that's very Sama, the hall now. You won't say, near my air costume and yam draw police officer no attention to it. Ah, baby, I may fa a PA first, I may sound be PA. Now you're locking up police officer, Jinabo and take a chair, me say, mean be and you're locking up, I will form one. And you want a mimi PA because I'm ready, alarm no insider. Anything could have happened to me looking at the atmosphere. To me, Pierre Abontain, now me started saying, Mayor alarm about whatever that was going on in the hall. And I want no TV3 media man, I started saying, or recorded, no, they no chasing me out. I was pushed. Now I'm sorry because Oba a man one in so you can just imagine what I am even going through now. And when I'm a signal. Your security is an unkind home from motorbike, Emra. And you know, I was chased out. And he said, from the premises. Because I can man, Pierre Abontain, Mamma, ye way now, and inside one, near Bessino, Kenya, Papa. Thank you.
Again, let me say that there are two agents that were given accreditation. One will be to the box, and the other will be an observer to see other things that may go wrong or in case the other one. So she was equally important. Her presence was important. The moment that he walked away from the place, we were short left there. And we had to work with that. But I feel that we had a representation, but there were other things that second agents were supposed to do. But we were denied that opportunity. Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. My name is Musala. With all these issues coming, we are going to the second phase of the final. Are you going to petition the party on behalf of you so that people who are responsible for whatever happens to their agents will be there? Are you going to have a formal petition?
Of course, we will petition. It is part of the process for which the invitation has been made. So you get the opportunity to tell your side of the story or what prompted you to do what you did. So of course we will do that. And more importantly, in the agreement that we came up with within the guidelines, media people were not supposed to be in the second lane. And going forward, and what happened, because events that happened, media people could not capture. We are going to insist that this time the media become part of the second level. Please quiet, please quiet. So we will petition and make sure that the media now become so close so that events that showing things and whatever could have been prevented and the evidence would have been clear. Because when you have agents alone and you have a place where people want to intimidate you and everybody is in the same mindset, it will be difficult for us to get the actual picture. So I think we will also add that the media next time around might be closer to the action than where they were put like ordinary people. So, okay. Thank you.
Executives now and organizer and
organizer and deputy secretary.
Deputy secretary they attacking. That attack nearby, it was planned by the regional executives now.
Oh, mean to me can say planting, plotting, because say the media can not a meeting and I share edada. And to me, we exercise, and I'm here some year then. me foul. And after say me born chama man what happened no? My man anya away say me then me ba by then. Into what happened is say me read the me ye dia me foul no matie the omo work no. Into me koko drew ho no na already no executives we di kan ye den atena se dada otimu se me kra ma ye den my lead. And when I made a court here with no time, now I didn't know. So no almost over meeting. So no almost so see me. I then. To me, we inside them at within 5 to 10 minutes time. And I mean, who say, I'm already inside there because let me say, yeah, I will hold my way. My baha no more, metiha no more. My knee now, also. To me, who ya no more twash and so. I will hold no man can say plan 10. I executives in and I then. Aye, and I won't go for one manka almost bed and a bear mammy hand say BBC in a coso.
If there are no more questions, we'll go back to the campaign.
One more question. Yes, last question.
So this one is directed to the campaign manager. First of all, what do you make of your candidate's temperament? And based on the narrations we've heard so far, the video that went viral, could the issues be managed in a separate or a different way, unlike what we saw in the video?
Well, let me say that people have different ways in reacting to issues. There are other people, and you've even seen on social media, Honorable Alan Martin's person with the eyes and the rest. We have other people that came from the north and the northeast, but they are not ready to be on camera because of the fear of that intimidation. So for us, Honorable will address the media probably today or tomorrow, and then you can ask him the question that you want. But people have different way of reacting, especially when you have put so much time and investment to something like this, and you hear a call coming, this is happening to me, that your temper will just go up and you'll be able to react.
I'm asking because you are the campaign manager.
But I can.
Point in time, you manage your candidate in that effect.
Well, what I'm saying, you wanted to know his reaction. That I don't manage reactions. It is after that I manage. So for me, he will be the best person. And if you don't like what has happened, you can talk to him. But I think that people react differently depending on how they see it. Because this was an election which he wasn't getting any call other than calls coming from northeast, which he believed that the people there should have behaved or known better. And so when that happens, reactions are differently expressed. And if it is perceived by you, you felt it's very strong, next time I'm going to manage him so that he doesn't get the strong message that you want to get. I do manage after.
Give your concluding remarks.
Before you leave,
You say so I can.
conclusion of our able campaign manager, I would like to say that I forgot of one thing, and that is some of my security agents, that is my guys that I brought, some of them were from northeast region but stayed in Accra, and their families were called that if they allowed those security guys to come to the house, they will come to the house and attack them. And for that matter, they have to even run to Upper East to hide for the next day for them to leave. So I think that it is a call that we have to talk to, the party hierarchy, to talk to everybody. This is internal affairs. Let us behave so that when we are elected, we get one person elected and we know His Excellency, the incoming president, that is Honorable Kennedy Ohene Agyapong, will get elected come November 4th. Thank you very much.
I'm searching. I don't know that you. No. A man a shelling crying. Say, the Yanya, a Adiacha, a brosocra. You got any papi cry, can't one more year contest here. On the ground, I am President. You can't Honorable Alan, about Dr. Baumia, and they try all the input tricks and whatever they want. But clearly, Honorable Ken was sure said is a formidable force. What Chile said, one no obeti me about. Now I can't see a koi. Obeti makaze Dr. Nya 600 and something, 65% or whatever. But they were expecting 75 or almost 80, in which you hear or say Chimensa, Ekase, okay, Nyabe 75 or 89, Yakase, Yamfamo, Nunquanco. Midikaka said, Unya 900% Kurangwa and Gebesa at Abanibu. And yes, I could to be Womianuake. It didn't mean Shema Rishim say, I can't see we. Na ubia enim say aban enkrofo na running the establishment. It was perceived that way. And ubia kura establishment ni achiri kura mpa o wancha na suro wa mesia ebeye say wa endi we no de wotimi say ni page man na doso. And there dia ache aban adwumayefo ani party for na fe na ato say ye ko ase hofo no na yakwa akoye the showdown. And the Misrema Munina, no more person Motuaba, Munya Akugodro. Now the air bano Kakrea Association and Mabio because Ibesiano po. Bibiana who Akudra to about because a Nipani P Kotu about Brana Wobusro. They were intimidated, yet the be share demo, yet the G phone, who will be a Winyano. But in the victim, I can see it. Because the Wunya away no, and then only the Twaso echo. Level playing field now will be our 0. And the honor, ye corner, ye ne, ye agrona quacusiani. And the moba a weya, the massipi, have the ambassador mitre, you would want to me say, may incite Bibia Emma said and call wrong with the Honorable Ken, he has not been misinformed. A runner or friend no about what in the car they chair what can I say said okay on say car come in kokuanum imoti no kokuanum enti me ye de me de adwuma me kan na me ye madwuma ena wontumi atiye se wanti o ena okogina wo ka se mete me ne negina ho of course onim negina ho obi di nko ma akoti ayire ena wa fa so akokan wrong a wonim de wo kan enti me sremara said yet be a more some qua na bibi wo na mo ka na obi kura be ka de ya mo hwehwem because o mislead Paul Adumoshire ta onu owura mu 12 o'clock later case is kura no Paul kura say ono no offering kraba offer play no na it was on the news. It couldn't have been true. And the ano mo to anu money notoriety and your popularity. And the animal a share din but a budgma a strategic na minimum say idea Honorable Ken my party no be shenen ni mojam come November 4 inshallah. Thank you very much. What petition has say the obi call asoche bia I think say chi ne kan no asoche bia na yam shishu say the bia ye kwakwa there be a place here ni din no by honor papa boni o asema si bia no party no e fa so e de address the situation e hwema iye eto iye said the make am say bi kura say ye the cameras ye ma media people mo ba ho and can never be a case no ka e wo social media but ye yi mu free mu no enti ye ko na ye ko church mu a e de ensonso ye ba it improves the quality of our electoral process enti enye ade bi asese obi amane yam hihye so ye say Honorable Ken emla disciplinary committee e kwa akotwe na so da bi nyesa na tie e wo mo no tenche a wo he no bi se bibi ankoyi a na ya flow se o mu twi wani ma ye betwi wani wo cheche mu no fi se emfa he so so a Now, Oko baby, and this Adam person or Tias here.
Person business and you see, but my petition party when you see.
I said, my dick can't say, a minute because you are my camera for a petition and Yama, uncle ye, and Nunti, a so much faso, and Yama be. Gomin says a cameraman or one, and Yama PCC, ya, Peja paper near the Adina, a basic master. As under I was we petition right away. We stop it. And what you be anti Motakashi? And here you to stop me ballot no free. I'm not to you now rushing against a lot so. But in some places, a nipper in our carbono. Contact rooms are okay. I dear but two on wow, we done. Yabaga will be other kind of ground. Oh, and it depending where you are. And I think that we want sanity in the electoral process. And you better continue. I said the movie said here, and you have to do for me. The guidelines are you better election committee for Abaso, near police for Abaso, near electoral commission for Abaso. Madam Asipi, I'm sure.